Good morning. Heather from Heather's Info Crochet here. Welcome. We are first off going to work on making some crocheted F's. I had an order for 3 F bombs over the weekend. The F bombs are made. I just need to make the F's and glue them on, and then they are ready to be packed and shipped. I want to get them shipped out today when my husband leaves this morning. So I need to get the F's made. And then once that's done, then we are going to start on the reindeer that I talked about yesterday. It's a free pattern on Instagram, so we'll go over that when we are ready to do our little reindeer. But right now we are going to, they wanted red crocheted F's, so I use this red worsted weight. I use a this is a 3.5 millimeter, I believe. Yeah. 3.5 millimeter hook to make my F's. And the F pattern, I don't remember honestly whose pattern this is. It's not mine. I have just memorized it and do not need to look at the pattern anymore to make these F's because I've made so many of them. So yeah, I have no idea who the designer of the F is. The same person who I originally started following, 2, 4, 6, 8. The original F-bomb pattern that I followed had the F in it, but I since then have modified the pattern and have created my own pattern for the F, or for the bomb, because the pattern I was following and originally was made of worsted weight. And of course, you know, there's a lot more rounds and stitches when you make it with worsted weight. So I have modified it to, well, I didn't really modify it. I just created my complete own pattern for it using blanket yarn. So yeah, the F-bomb pattern is completely my own except for the F. The F is still the pattern that I was using from the pattern from the original F-bomb. I don't know if I even where that pattern is at, to be honest with you. I haven't used it in so long. I think I got it from Pinterest, but I'm not positive. I honestly don't know. I haven't used it in like over a year. For today, I have decided that I want to watch some of those baking shows that I was talking about. So I like the holiday competition baking shows. There's actually a new one this year. It's called Sweet Empire Winter Wars. So the one that I have pulled up, the description's on the previous page, says Wells Adams hosts as teams of bakers create jaw-dropping desserts inspired by holiday traditions and pop culture. So yeah, they make holiday desserts. That is not what I meant to do. So yeah, I'm going to watch that today. And there's a new episode of my holiday baking championship that I want to watch as well. So yeah, I can only watch those once a week because there's only one new episode a week for those. But yeah, I'm going to watch that today while we make our stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get these F's made. I've got my glue gun on waiting for me. So as soon as I'm done with the F's, I can just get them glued onto the bombs. And then all I have to do is pack and get them shipped out. All right, we are going to get going on watching our little baking competition. All right, got my 3 F's made. So now I'm just going to go over and get them glued onto my bombs. So I will be back and show you those when I am done. All right, I got the F's all glued on. So here are the F bombs. So those are done. I just need to set those aside. That way I can package them up later, so my husband can mail that off later. Okay, so now we're going to do this reindeer, guys. Really want to try out this reindeer. I'm going to use my Stash Goals yarn. I wanted to try that yarn out, so we are going to do this reindeer. I'll find the pattern on my Instagram. Should be pretty close to the top because I saved it only a few days ago. Okay, here it is. Rocket the Reindeer by Pixie Frog Creations. Oh, I do need white as well. Okay. So that is the reindeer that we're going to make. So the white kind of threw me for a minute. I don't know if my burnout blanket will be too big. Let's see. Because there's white on the muzzle, white, a little bit of white on the chest, looks like some on the tail, and some poofy white around his paws, hooves. So let's see. It's just the tiniest bit bigger. I don't think it'll be an issue, honestly. I think we'll be all right to use burnout blanket with that. So now, I think I might use a size 5mm hook with this yarn. We'll see. Let's see. So we start with black and brown because we're starting with the legs and arms because the hooves are black. This color is going to be the antler color. So we'll set this color off to the side and get our black out. So looks like we sewn into the body. I think they mean crocheted into the body. So yeah, it does look like we will be crocheting them. I don't know. I think I might go ahead and use the 5.5mm. This black seems a little bit thicker than that brown did too, so I think we'll be good to use the 5.5. My favorite hook size. Okay, so reindeer feet, reindeer paws. You know what I'm thinking, right? Up on the rooftop, reindeer paws. We're going to make the reindeer paws. I'm going to call them paws now. How cute. All right. We're going to get going with making our little reindeer here, guys. I'm going to continue watching my little baking competition. This one's unique. I've never seen a competition like this one before. So, yeah, this show's going to be pretty fun, I think. Okay, we're going to get going with our arms, and then we make 2 legs, and then I'll show you those when I'm done with those. All right, got 2 of the reindeer's arms all done. So the yarn isn't too bad to work with. The black is like advanced black. That black is so hard to see and to work with. It's like a little bit fuzzy, so it makes it a little bit harder to see what you're doing. But that is like super black. That is the blackest black yarn I've ever seen. And the brown, it's just the tiniest bit, a little bit of waxiness to it. But I'm glad I went with the 5.5mm hook because when you're working with the yarn, it is a little bit thicker than you originally think it is. So yeah, not bad to work with, honestly. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad at all. So it's not parfait plush by no means, but it's still a good yarn for the price point that it is at. So okay, so those were the arms. Now on to making our little reindeer legs. Alrighty, I got the 2 legs of our reindeer done. So I got 2 legs and 2 arms done. That took me, Jesus, that took me over an hour. Am I a slow crocheter or something? Like, why does that take me so long? What? I don't get it. But they're not very big pieces, but that took me like an hour. I don't know. Oh, goodness. Okay, so now we start with the body, and I had to frog a couple stitches with this brown. It's not very good yarn to have to frog, because it catches on itself. Now, it didn't, like the toucan yarn the other day, it didn't fray it when I frogged it, but it catches on itself a lot when you have to frog it, so that's a little bit of an issue. I think it's because it's, you know, a little bit waxy feeling. So we're starting with the body. We are done. That baking competition I was watching is over. So now I am just listening to some Christmas songs, Christmas music on Spotify. That's already repeating songs that I listened to yesterday, though. Okay, so yay. This starts with 8 in the magic ring. I like that. Okay, we're going to get going on our little reindeer body. It's 6 o'clock, so I have, I don't know, about half an hour left to work on this because I need to get my F-bombs packaged up too before I have to clock in. So a little bit longer to work. We'll definitely have to finish this tomorrow, which I figured I would. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is a good thing about not uploading a video every day, is I can make patterns that are bigger, even if they take a couple of days, because I can still record the whole process. And then, because I have a couple days worth of recording before I have to upload. So that's a plus of not uploading every single day. Alright guys, on to listening to some more Christmas music. Alright, so I've got the bottom of the body done. Got the legs attached. Look how funny that looks. A plate with legs. Okay, so this is a good stopping point for me because I know where I'm at in the pattern. So I am going to stop for the day. I'm going to get my F-bombs packaged up and get ready to clock into work, get my workspace ready. Sorry, cleaned up from the weekend. So I am going to get going for today, and I will see you very, very soon. Hello, it is the next day. It is Tuesday, November 11th. We are going to continue our reindeer today. It's right here. Couldn't remember where I put it. So, this is where we left off yesterday. You guys remember because I just showed you this. So I have a little bit of a different setup today. I'm trying my back camera on. I use my phone for recording. I'm trying my back camera, so we're going to see how that works. And it is being mirrored to my computer so I can see what I'm doing. So hopefully the quality is supposed to be better with your back camera, and I was always scared to try it. So we're trying that today. See if that we can tell a difference between yesterday and today. So yesterday was front camera, today's back camera. So we'll see. Today we are going to watch our new episode of the Holiday Baking Championship. And if we get through that, then I might just listen to Christmas music. Yeah, we might just listen to Christmas music if we're done, once we're done with that. All right, so we are going to continue with our reindeer. Looks like we just have 3 rounds of single crochet. No, yes, 3 rounds of single crochets because we just attached our legs. That's why I stopped there, so I knew where I was at. All right, here we go. So for when I do like anything crocheted, like arms or legs or anything, I like to leave a longer tail on my limbs. And then I like to go back in and just make sure that they are nice and firmly attached. I just take my yarn and go through a little bit lower of the limb. And then go back in to make sure that that limb is nice and attached securely. It's so weird to look at my phone and not have me looking at myself. That's something to get used to. So, let's go in here. Yeah, I like that because I don't know, it just makes me feel better that they are double secure. Sometimes the edge of the stitch looks like it's hanging out of the body, and I don't like that. So I go back in with the tail and just make sure that it's secured extra on both sides, just to make sure it's not going to come out. It's not. It's just me being paranoid probably, but I just want to make sure that those limbs aren't gonna get all loosey-goosey and come out if a kid is like flinging it around or something like that. Just something a little extra that I like to do. I like that a lot better. Doesn't look as floppy. Yeah. It's just something a little extra I like to do. Makes me feel better about the project that it's not going to be pulled apart by little hands. So something I can do with my back camera is zoom in and out. So I zoomed out a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing better, so I don't have to hold my project up like this. My arms are getting numb doing that. So yeah, I zoomed out just a smidge so you guys can see my work a little bit lower here, so I don't have to hold it up that way. You do see a little bit more of my mess over here. That's the corner of my room I have not gotten to yet. There's a shelf there I need to clean off, and there is a black cube shelf with these little canvas bags in them that are full of like crochet thread that I am never going to use, that I need to probably donate to Goodwill or something. So, and this other shelf here, it's got some stuff on it. It's stuff in the top, I do use some of it, but the stuff in the bottom I haven't touched in ages. So I just probably need to get rid of the stuff that's in the bottom of that little shelf deal. Probably can just get that out of here and make more room. I'm slowly working at it on getting my room organized. It's been a slow process. I got the shelves behind me were a total wreck for a long time. Finally got those cleaned up. I mean, that needs redone again. Just, tidying up the yarn a little bit, but it's not nearly what it used to be. I used to have a whole bunch of worsted weight yarn that I never used, that I either sold or donated to Goodwill, or I donated a bunch of it to a church thrift store as well. But I do have some worsted weight up at the very top. I do keep some for like the F's on my F-bombs. If somebody wants a different color, I do have worsted weight for those. So I do have some worsted weight, but nothing like I used to have. Like the floor over here where I'm sitting used to be just covered in bags of yarn. I finally went through it all, decided what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to just donate, sell, whatever. So my room is much better than it used to be. I still have this piano sitting over here that's in my way, because it is surprisingly hard to get rid of a piano, even for free. I have advertised this piano for free multiple times on Facebook Marketplace, and anybody who has ever messaged me, like, ghosts me. I'm like, yes, it's still available, and then I never hear from them. I'm like, why even message somebody if you're not going to reply to them when they say, yes, it's still available? Unless they're bots or scams or something, I don't know. But good grief. So yeah, I have a free, I want to say computer, dang. I have a free piano if anybody is interested in. It's a good piano. It's one of the, I don't know, ones that sits flush up against a wall. It has the piano cover that comes out and goes back and goes down over the keys. The bench that opens for storage, and it has music in it. There's tons of music in it. Oh yeah. If I could get that piano out of here, I'd have so much more room in here. I could put more shelves on that wall. Open this up a little bit because I've got shelves over here that are covering that shelf, and yeah, it's a whole thing in here, guys. This room isn't terribly big either. I don't even know the dimensions of this room. It's probably, well, I don't know, maybe it is a decent size. It's probably 10 by 12 or so. I don't know. Is that a good size room? My work desk is a big old long L-shaped desk. So it comes to halfway in the middle of the room and then comes out So it's along that wall, halfway down the wall, and then comes out halfway into the room. I mean, I love the room I have with that desk for working space. So I wouldn't want any other desk. And I can't really move it and put it anywhere else. Well, I could put it along this wall. But then I don't have any windows over here, so then I'm in a dark corner. I don't know. Then I'd have to move the piano. It'd be a whole thing too. All right, so the body of our reindeer is all done. It kind of looks like a turkey right now. You laid it like this. Like this. It'd be a turkey. So now we have to make the head, and the head gets sewn onto the body. So I tried not to stuff the body too much because I am noticing that the 5.5 millimeter hook is a smidge too big, and there's small holes. You can see small holes between the stitches. So I probably should have used a size 5 hook instead of the 5.5. But I just stuffed it up a little less than normal, and it's still good. It's still nice and stuffed. It's just not overstuffed like I like to do. I still got to stuff around the neck, of course. I'll do that more when I sew the head on. But our headless reindeer is all done. We'll sit him over there. Well, maybe we'll sit him over here. Over here. Oh, he really looks like a turkey. Okay, so we start with white for the head, because we are going to start at the muzzle of our deer and then go into brown. And it starts with 6 in the magic ring. I am using Bernat Blanket for my white because I didn't buy white in my Stash Goals yarn. So I was noticing with the brown of the Stash Goals yarn, it is a little more waxy, like I said, and it's a little bit rougher, not as smooth to get your hook in and out of stitches. I mean, it's not awful, but it's not soft like this Bernat, or especially not as soft as the Parfait Plush. That stuff is just an absolute dream to work with. I absolutely love that. So yeah, the Stash Goals, and it may be just the color too. I've got other colors, of course, so the black was good. The black was nice to work with. This rust color, a little bit waxy, a little bit rougher to work with. So it may just be the color and the way they dye it. So the other colors I haven't used yet, of course, but we will see how the other colors work up eventually. Not sure when, but I'm sure it will be recorded, because I don't really crochet much without recording it these days. So yeah, if I use it, you guys will know, because I will probably record it. All right, so we are going to continue on with our little reindeer head and continue watching our Holiday Baking Championship. here is our head so far. Where's the color change? Color change is at the bottom there. It says to go ahead and add the eyes if you're doing safety eyes. Let's see. Between rows 11 and 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So they'd be like here. I was kind of scared that I would put them in the wrong spot, but I might be okay. Because you sew the ears on, so I can sew the ears on based on where the eyes are. Now I need to find my big old eyes. It needs to have decent size eyes. I don't even know what size eyes they use for theirs. They say 20 to 25 millimeter safety eyes. Okay, guys, give me just a moment. I've got to go over there where my other bigger eyes are at and see which eyes are going to work best. So I'll be back. Okay. I left my head over there. That was weird to say. So these are the biggest eyes I have. Let's see what size they are. I've got my little eye measury thingy here. Okay, so these are 24. So, yeah, not bad, not bad. Now I need some backs. Pardon the crinkling noise, guys. I'll mute it. Okay, so I have flat backs for 24 millimeter and flat backs for 15. These 24 millimeter backs look way too big. I will try them, but I really think they're going to be too big. We'll see. We'll see. If they're too big, they're going to be easy to take off, so. Okay, so between around 11 and 12. This looks really weird. Trying not to push them out with my hand. Does that look right? Kind of hard to tell when it's not stuffed. I keep turning the head the wrong way. See if they have a picture. Yeah, their eyes are huge. Maybe they need to go one more stitch apart. I think that's better. So they're more on either side of the head like a deer would be. Okay, I think I'm happy with that placement. Make sure they're in the same row, and they are. That did not really click. I don't know. I'm not really confident in those backs. Yeah. That back just popped pretty much right off. I didn't really have to squeeze a whole lot, so I'm going to do the 15 millimeter size backs instead. They should give me a good click pop, you know, when they pop on. There we go. That sounded much better. Okay. Eyes are on. All right. Now it says to stuff a little bit. Go ahead and stuff a little bit. Make sure I get the muzzle nice and stuffed. And then we start decreasing, I believe. Yeah. Okay, guys, here we go. Continuing on. All right, so our little head is all done here. Got our 24mm eyes in. Now it is time to make the ears. Sew those on, and then we make the antlers and tail. Oh yeah, there's a tail. Forgot about the tail. I assume we'll be doing some face shaping maybe. It looks like theirs had some face shaping. But yeah. Alright. There's our little head. We'll just set it on his body over there for now. Oh gosh, see, I could see holes in my body. I don't like it. Note to self, 5mm if you use stash goals, with my tension anyway. Maybe different for your tension. Okay, on to making our ears. Alrighty, here we have 2 ears. How cute are those little ears? Oh, those are going to look so cool on that reindeer head. Okay, so we got the ears done. Now on to antlers. Antlers, I'm using our tan color. Tan. So, haven't used this color yet, so anxious to see how this color works up. There's part 1. Oh my gosh. And there's 2 parts to the antlers. Join part 2 with the beginning stitch of part 1 with a slip stitch. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I've never made antlers before because I've never made a reindeer or a deer. So, wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. All right, 2 antlers are done. That's cute. That's really awesome. Okay, so now I think we are on to... Oh, gotta make the tail. I almost forgot about our little tail. Okay, so looks like there's quite a bit of color changing in the tail. Oh, I need my darker brown. Because you do brown and white for the tail. Ugh. All right, so it says 3 singles. Oh God, this is gonna be fun. Do 6 in the magic ring, but 3 are brown and 3 are white. Oh man, let's see how well I can do this here. I've done this before, but can't say it's one of my favorite things to do. Okay, here we go. I'm probably going to need to concentrate for this one, guys, so on to making our little tail. That was tricky tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, our little tail is all done. Look how cute that is. I think I did a pretty good job if I don't say so myself. Okay, we've got all of our parts made here. We got 2 ears, a tail, 2 antlers, and our head. So I am out of time for today, so assembly will have to be tomorrow. So all the pieces and parts are all crocheted. Now it is just time to sew everything together. This has taken me quite a while. It is, so this took me just over 2 hours, 2.5 hours today. Took me, I don't remember how long I recorded yesterday. An hour? No, it was over an hour, like an hour and a half. Now we have to sew everything together. So this is a pretty big project. This takes a while. And it's a free pattern. I can't believe it's a free pattern as big as a pattern this is, to be honest with you. As a reminder, it is Pixie Frog Creations on Instagram. I'll link the pattern down in the description for you guys. But all right, that is going to be it for me today. I will be back tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow. All right, I am back. It is Wednesday morning. I don't have as much time as I normally have today. I unexpectedly had to watch my grandkids late last night, so I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. Oh, I got some sleep, but I got up later than normal, so I only have like an hour before I have to clock into work. So I thought all I had to do was assemble our reindeer. Well, that's not the case. I forgot we have to do the little white fluff around these hooves and the little white chest piece. So we are going to make the chest fluff, as they call it, and the leg fluff today. And then we'll see if we can start some sewing today. My husband fixed my light over here, so we've got our regular light shining down on us over here again. And I had to move this ring light. It's still kind of blinding me a little bit. I don't know if I can maybe twist it down. I don't know if that'll make me dark. No, not too bad. Yeah, I think that'll work. Maybe it's like reflecting off the floor. Okay. I was going to use my fluffy white velvet that I used last time we needed some fluff, but I thought that's thicker and it'd probably be too big on our reindeer's chest. So I am going to be using my Bernat blanket in white for the chest fluff. That is the wrong end again. So chest fluff is basically just a triangle and then looks like we sew it on. So yeah, pretty basic here for the chest fluff. I started watching one of our Christmas movies on Disney yesterday afternoon, but I don't think I'm feeling that right now. Home Alone is staring at me right next to that movie, so maybe we'll watch some Home Alone this morning. Oh, and we have a local radio station that typically plays Christmas music from the day after Thanksgiving clear through New Year's Eve. My husband said that they weren't playing it this year, not that he listens to it. But when I drove the car into town yesterday, I was just flipping through channels and it landed on a Christmas song, and it was 96.1, the radio station that typically plays Christmas music already. I don't know if they started late this year or what, but yeah, so I listened to Christmas music on the way to town and the way home last night. So I am kind of in the mood to watch Home Alone today, I think. So I think we'll watch Home Alone today while we make our chest fluff and leg fluff. So we are going to get going and watching that today. All right, chest piece all done. I wonder if this light on top here will work for me. See if that does any good. Still seems kind of dark, doesn't it? That did nothing. Now on to making the fluff on the legs. I think it's just on the legs. I don't know if they did it on the arms and legs. It says legs. It says leg fluff. Oh, okay. It does say for arms and legs. Okay. All right. So then we attach. Oh, this might work for the fluff, actually. The way that they are doing it. I don't know. I'm not liking that. I'll try this, see if I like it or not. We'll see. Do reindeers even have this kind of fluff around their hooves? I don't know. So last night, guys, in my area in, what am I would be Midwestern Illinois area. We were able to see the northern lights last night. I wasn't able to because I couldn't get out to go look. But my mom sent me some amazing pictures from her porch, and she only lives about 20 minutes north of me. She said you could see them with the naked eye. They were kind of dim with the naked eye. But if you took pictures with your phone in night mode, the pictures were amazing. There were local news stations were posting on Facebook about it, and people were posting their pictures on those posts, and all over Facebook people were posting their pictures of the northern lights last night. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping they're visible again tonight because I would really love to go out and see if I can see them again tonight. I think we probably will be able to see them tonight because there's a really strong geomagnetic storm that's going on right now, and we're supposed to get hit with another one either this morning or later today. So I'm thinking and hoping that we'll be able to see the northern lights again tonight, just as well as last night. So, okay, I am not loving that. Yeah, but yeah, anyway, put down in the comments if you are in an area where you could see the northern lights. I don't think you can post pictures in the comments. That would be cool if we could share our pictures of that in the comments. All right, so this would be the fur. It calls for a half double increase around the arms and legs. Maybe if I just do doubles? I am not liking that. I'm still not a fan. I don't think I'm going to do the fur around the feet and arms. I don't think it's necessary, to be quite honest with you. And it sticks out too far. So, Ixnay on the furrier. Didn't know I knew German. Pig Latin, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I am not going to be doing the fur around the legs. So, Oh, you could do a red collar option with bells on it. That'd be cute, but I don't have no bells. Okay. So I think I'm going to sew the chest piece on first. Wherever I buried it. I buried it. Where did it go? Here we go. I think I'm going to sew the chest piece on first. That way I don't have to try to work underneath the head and nose. Yeah, I'm going to sew the chest piece on. And we'll go from there, guys. See, and then we'll sew the head on after that. I'm kind of nervous about sewing the head on. I'm not sure how this yarn's going to be with sewing to itself. So, yeah. Hopefully I sew this on straight. Alright, I think that looks pretty straight. Okay. So our head is sewn on. Pretty straight if I do say so myself. I'll do a little bit of face shaping to bring the eyes in a little bit. So the ears on so evenly on side of head between row 12 and 13. All right. We might get this done today, guys. We'll see. Might have enough time to do it all. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. All right, we got the ears here. I'm going to skewer our ears on, make sure that they go on evenly. Make sure that looks even. I think it does. All right, our ears are on. Half tempted to go ahead and do the face shaping. I think I should have stuffed my head a little bit more than I did. Let's see. I don't think I have brown worsted. No. So I'll have to use the brown to do our face shaping. The face is driving me nuts. I've got to do some face shaping to it. Okay. And it doesn't tell you to do face shaping in the pattern. Nope. No instructions for face shaping. But mine obviously needs it. Okay. Hopefully this yarn can stand up to doing some face shaping. Didn't need as much yarn as I thought. I always do too much yarn when I'm doing this stuff, but I don't always worry that I won't have enough yarn. So then I use too much and I waste it. All right, now I put my needle down. What do I do with it? I don't know why I do that. I think I've got time to sew the tail on, but then after that I probably need to go because it's getting close to clock in time. I've got to Get everything put up and resituated. Tail. Back of body in preferred position. Okay, doesn't say where, just in preferred position. Right there, maybe. All right, got our tail on. Got our fish-shaped ears on. So the only thing we got left is to sew the antlers on, embroider the nose, and do the eye highlights. So we're almost done, but I honestly don't have time this morning. So we will continue tomorrow, Thursday, and do our final reveal in our next clip. So, all right. I will see you in just a second. I'm back. It is the same day. It is still Wednesday. I have some time this evening where I can record. My husband is in town watching the grandkids for a bit. So I have a little bit of time to where I can record. So I figured I'd jump on and we could finish sewing our little reindeer here. So what we need to do is sew the antlers on and embroider the nose and do the eye detail. And then we should be done. As long as I don't forget anything. All right. Got my skewers here, aka knitting needles, to make sure my antlers go on straight. Skewer them down the middle here. And it said not to stuff the antlers, so they are unstuffed. So they are flat. Looking more and more like a reindeer, which is good because that's what it is. All right. Look at that. That's looking good. All right. Do you guys agree that the biggest pain about sewing things onto items is the yarn getting hung up around the other body parts of the animal? That is like one of my biggest irritations with sewing body parts on, is my yarn getting wrapped around other body parts. Are you guys liking the 3-day-a-week upload so far? You think that's a good amount? Is it too much? Not enough? I don't want you guys to get sick of me, so I don't want to put out too many and then y'all not watch. I want you to have a little bit of excitement to watch me. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe. That might be the word I'm looking for. Like you look forward to watching my videos every time you know that they're supposed to be on. Because that's what I want. I want you guys to know when my schedule is, know when I'm going to be uploading. That way you know when to look for my videos. So you know when my videos will be on. Just like Passionate Kelsey. She uploads, I believe, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at like 11:30-ish or something like that. So I look for her videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at that time, so I can watch her videos as soon as they come out. And I like that consistency, and I want that consistency for you guys, so you know when to look for my videos. happy with these antlers. Got them on straight. And they look good. Look at that. How cool. Cute. So as I was sewing my antlers on, I was trying to decide if I wanted a black or red nose for my reindeer. Make it a Rudolph or just make it a regular reindeer. I think I want to make it a Rudolph. For the simple fact is, I think kids would want it more if it was Rudolph, if it had a red nose, like Rudolph. So I think we are going to do a red nose. And yeah, do the little thing that comes down from the nose. I think I'll still do that in black, but yeah, I think we're going to do red. Shoot, I was going to use my Parfait plush, but I am currently using it for a project. Let's see. I'm currently making a Santa hat. So I wonder, I guess I could take the sleeve off of it and work from the pole from the outside. Hopefully it's not too big of a mess doing that. I shouldn't need... I'll use that much. I don't know. It's probably too much like always, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I wanted to use this yarn because it's nice and soft like the rest of the yarn. The Premier Basic Chenille Red is just a little bit different of a texture, and I kind of wanted the smoother texture of this for the nose. So we'll do the nose, and then we'll do some eye detailing, do like the white highlight around the eye. See how that looks. And see how the face detailing brings our little reindeer to life. I left my tablet over there. I don't make sure I'm putting the nose in the right spot. I'm going to go grab my tablet real quick and look at the picture. And getting up made me think, because I saw my sweater in the video, in the camera. I'm wearing a different sweater, guys. I'm not wearing the blue one. I found a couple different sweaters in my closet, hiding in my closet. So I like this one. It's nice. So yeah, I won't have to look at the ugly blue one all the time anyway. I'll rotate through the ones that I found. Oh, okay. So in the picture, they are more... They have some white behind the nose, so I need to move the position of mine. That's why I wanted to look, because I wanted to make sure I was positioning it correctly. I think it tells you in here what row to put the nose, I believe. Using black or red, make 3 to 4 horizontal lines on top of one another across the center of the white on the head. The line should stretch across 4 stitches. Doesn't say between which rows, but... Let's see, I'm going to leave a little bit of white, 1 row of white, I believe, between them. Yeah, that was way too much yarn. I feel like I'm doing surgery. I wish I had, well, I do have another tripod here. That's a lot of moving around of the camera, though. I could pause you and then put you on different viewpoints while I'm making things. I was thinking about that earlier today, I think. Like, to keep interest in the videos, you know, to keep them to where they're not monotonous. Change up the angles of the camera and stuff. I thought doing... maybe moving my other tripod. I have a tripod that you can make tall, and doing some like top downs while I'm crocheting. Like this, I could do, like, put the camera back here so you could see what I'm doing on here. Add a little more visual interest to the video to keep you guys watching. I don't want to bore you guys to death. Okay, is that enough or do I need another one? That's 3 rows. Or 3 loops around. Should I do one more? I already came up and through. Yeah, let's do one more. Let's do one more pass. Do underneath. Yeah, let's do underneath this time. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. That looks good. I like that. I like it a lot. Does anybody know what that's from? I like it a lot. See, look at that. I think we cut off way too much red yarn. Anyway, I like it a lot. If you're older, you may know. If you liked comedy movies, you may know. Jim Carrey. I do believe it was from, oh gosh, now I'm second guessing it. Either Dumb and Dumber or Pet Detective. It was one of those two. Or both. I think it was Pet Detective. That movie was hilarious. It was one of the only movies I saw my dad belly laugh at. It was hilarious. Pick his nose, make sure it's not too tight. Get this red fluff off of here. All right. Now I need to make the little black. Do I need to make the black line that comes down? Like the little split between his lips? Or should I leave it like that? Let's see what it looks like. Black. I need black. For that blanket, maybe? It's close. What do I do with my scissors? Are we sitting on them? I don't think I like it. I don't know. Do you like it? Yeah, maybe I do. Doesn't make it look rabbity, does it? I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I don't think I like it. Yeah. I like it better without. Okay. Now on to the eye highlights. Those eye highlights really make a difference. It makes it look more like the cartoon Rudolph. I really like it. Okay, guys, just gotta weave these little 2 ends in, and then I'm double checking, making sure. I do believe we are done. Finally, with our reindeer, it only took 3 days. But this pattern is free. Still unbelievable that this pattern is free. That is a big pattern and very time-consuming pattern to be free. Amazing that they made this a free pattern. I'll definitely link it down below for you guys. Got lots of fuzz. And the yarn was just fine sewing. No issues sewing. It didn't fray apart or anything like that. It, lost a little bit of fuzz at the very end, but not bad. All right. Are we ready? Look at our reindeer. There's the eye detail. There's the eyes. You think the eyes are too far back on the head? Should they have been one row closer to the nose? I'm pretty happy with it. This is my first reindeer ever that I have ever made, so I think it's pretty decent for my first reindeer. And there's his little feetsies, his tail. How cute. This guy will, oh my gosh, this guy will probably need to be, what did I say, it took about 4 hours? 5.5. So if I only charge for my time, this thing, it would need to be $60. What do you guys think? 60 too much? I mean, he is big. Look at him sitting on my shoulder. That's so cool. He's way bigger than my head. Oh, I really like him. Yeah. Let me pull up and see so we can repeat who the pattern designer is. Pixie Frog Creations on Instagram. Pixie Frog Creations, all one word, free on Instagram. And I will definitely be linking that down in the description for you. And as you can see in the picture, it is optional. You can do the red collar with the bells as well. And you can do the fluff around the arms. I did not like the fluff. And I didn't want to do the collar. Because for one, I don't have bells. And two, I just wanted him to be a plain reindeer. I would kind of wish you could see both eyes a little better when they're looking straight on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If I make this again, should I make the eyes one row forward? Are they too far back on the head? I think they might be a little bit too far back. The highlights, I don't know. The highlights are a little bit, I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys think the highlights should be more up here and then come around and stop about here? Does it make him look cross-eyed? That's an easy fix. I can easily cut that off and redo it. So if you guys think I need to move the eye highlights more up here and go this way, let me know. Because I can change that easily. Not an issue. But yeah. I'll wait for your opinions before I ship this off to my booth. He's so cool. I really like him. Little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All right, guys. If you got to see the final reveal of our Rudolph here, let's put, is there a Rudolph or a reindeer emoji of some sort? If not, just put like a deer emoji. Let me know you got to see the final reveal. Let me know what your opinion on the eye highlights, if I should move them up, and if the eyes should have been one row forward. That way, if I make it again, I know to have them a little bit more forward on the head. Yeah, really big. Made with Stashgul's yarn from Premier. It doesn't say what size. I think it's like a 6, 5. I don't know. It doesn't say. Nope, doesn't say. But I used my 5, well, yeah, it's probably more like a 5 weight. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook. I probably should have used a 5 because there is a little bit of gapping between the stitches. So 5.0, just a 5 millimeter hook is what I would suggest. I do have a little bit tighter tension. So if you have looser tension, maybe a 4.5. so you're not getting gaps if you use this yarn. The only thing that is not stash goals is the white. Everything else is stash goals. So yeah. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you enjoyed and not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We've got all kinds of fun coming up. I am planning a little weekly game for December, so we have that to look forward to. And let's do the share copy link. I want to do another goal as well. I want to see, I didn't make my 500 subscriber goal by Halloween. So let's see if I can get to the 500 subscriber goal by Christmas. If so, I will do a giveaway. And all right, yeah. So help me get to my 500 subscriber goal. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Hit that like button. Put a reindeer down in the comments for an emoji if you got to see the final reveal. And that is it for me today, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.